We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Yeah, this is Everton Blender. It's all about the young police from Jamaica. See Young Police Channel. Big up yourself. Everton Blender said that. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of.
If you are tired of seeing criminals get away with murder, tired of hearing excuses for the wicked, then it's time to take action. Hit that subscription button now and stay in the loop with the Jamaica Young Police Channel. We are not here to sugarcoat. We are here to expose the truth, bring justice, and make sure the real heroes get the recognition they deserve. Don't wait for the change. Be the change. Subscribe, like, and let's make some noise and hold those criminals accountable. Justice in action. Speak up. Crime must fall. And remember that we have go inside this description box and you'll see various links to various things for the Jamaica Young Police Channel. JamaicaYoungPoliceChannel.com, where you will see articles and stuff like that. Those who like to read, and you know, we continue to give you guys exceptional material over here. So, moving on. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon members. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yes, I want to thank all my supporters, especially on Patreon and YouTube, who have been around for many moons. Anytime I told you that I have a story, with testimonies, you just have to be patient. I told you guys maybe 2 years ago or thereabout that I have the testimony of a woman who was a sole survivor, who was a child then, survived a massacre, in which 2 children, Michael Manley and D.K. Duncan, was present at the killing of 2 children in Tapil, St. Elizabeth. And I want you to listen to the sole survivor. Although it's over 5 decades, the trauma that Michael Manley and D.K. Duncan had left, and this innocent soul, they were looking for a man by the name of Cesar July to kill him. You're going to hear some things that happened then. So when people are telling you that Michael Manley was a hero, as a video that I released earlier, that Michael Manley is the greatest, that's a part that they want to believe. But when people cannot think and decipher things, when you're biased in your thinking, when you're biased in your thinking, you cannot see the bad or the evil in somebody that you love. The reason why most Jamaicans who said, when I said most, the reason why some, not most, the reason why some Jamaican, because of Michael Manley, Jamaica was known as a PMP country. It doesn't matter what kind of crime the PMP committed or what kind of criminality the criminals they protect, the people them still ride with them, because we as a people have been conditioned, nurtured, socialized, cultured, indoctrinated to be sympathetic to criminals and supposed to be criminal-minded people. For you to be a member of the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, you have to be a criminal-minded person. The PMP have no use of people who are honest, ethical, decent, and truthful. That is just a fact. And I am telling you, because I was born and raised in Ibilabis. So when I speak with authority. integrity and I have my reputation to protect. I don't say things because I want views. I say things because I want to educate my own people so that we don't make the same mistake over again. You understand? So you have to understand that. Remember this, this is not folklore. This is not a story whispered in rum bars or back room. This is a truth so horrifying, so damning, that for over 44 years it has remained buried beneath silence, fear and political deceit. And even at this junction, the victim is still suffering, traumatized. October 20th, 1980, the day Innocence was executed in Top Hill, St. Elizabeth. I have done a video about a tribute to the youths. One of them, a principal I used to go to his school, Mr. Bramfield, is his cousin. But even that don't even change him from being PMP. That's all when you are indoctrinated by this criminal organization masquerading as a political party. From you go PMP, you can't go back. You have to, even educated people, once them, it no matter. That's why I tell you, say it's a criminal organization. So on the blood-soaked trail of Jamaica's 1980 general election violence, 2 children, yes, 2 children were slaughtered in cold blood. And as a man, when I read it, just to even tell you about it, if you don't have any emotion or any humanity in you, to, 2 children murdered, killed, because they thought it was Cecil July under the bed and killed them. And the first victim is Maurice Stevenson, just 7 years old. Gart Bramfield, barely 8 years old. These innocent boys, not old enough to vote, not old enough to understand politics, became targets in a war they never chose. But who was behind this evil? Let the truth strike your conscience like thunder. Michael Manley, the sitting Prime Minister of Jamaica. D.K. Duncan, his closest political advisor and minister. Brigadistas and heavily armed police officers, all present and complicit, all silent. One of the police officers used to live in my yard in Jonestown. He's dead now. His name is Vernon McCain. They call him Ironside. Top shotters are uniform police. The man that was more PMP than Michael Manley. The man that used to lick the chalice hard in my yard. Them time they got prison for you, They stood there in Top Hill on that cursed October afternoon, supervising, overseeing, and bearing witness to the execution of 2 Jamaican children. The lone survivor break her silence. Only on the Jamaica Young Police channel. After 4 decades of hiding, after 4 decades of hiding in the shadows of trauma and terror, the sole survivor of that massacre has come forward for the first time ever. And she's not mincing words. This is no conspiracy. This is not partisan spin. This is a direct eyewitness account from a woman who saw Michael Manley, D.K. Duncan standing in the yard as these boys were murdered in front of her, in what can only be described as a political orchestrated act of terrorism. So when I've told you from a long time ago that Michael Manley is the author of terrorism and the importer of criminality to Jamaica, here is the evidence. When I have been telling people things all these years, they are saying that I'm a laborer, I am a patriot, I am a Jamaican. I will defend. Give me the book any day and not the gun. She names them without fear. Michael Manley and D.K. Duncan was there. They didn't stop it. They allowed it. They were Jamaican terrorists hiding in suits. Let that sink in. The very men hailed as heroes, visionaries and liberators were present at the scene of a child massacre. All because they wanted to kill Cecil July, just for contesting the election on the Jamaica Labour Party ticket. This is not politics. This is terrorism 101. Michael Manley imported this kind of politics Jamaican. And the worst part about it, this man wasn't Jamaican by birth. This man was born in England too, as this big belly white man Mark gonna be your golden. We must stop calling this political violence. That's a euphemism, a lie that cover up the true nature of what happened. This was domestic terrorism. This was a political purge, and the victims were Jamaican children. So those of you who have children, just imagine your child being killed at 7 or 8 years old, shot, just for being at the wrong place at the wrong time, hiding under the wrong bed. At that time, I was older than these children, but I remember, as you're going to hear in the conversation that I have with the survivor, when she had mentioned what happened and I told her about the place, and she was saying to me, you have a memory of an elephant. Let's be clear. If these were white children in Britain or America, there would be international headlines, tribunal, books, documentary and statues would fall. But because they were black Jamaican children and the killers were politicians with power, the world turned a blind eye and Jamaica kept quiet. But not anymore. The sole survivor is speaking to every Jamaican with a conscience. Listen and act. If you are a parent, if you are a patriot, we're not talking PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization supporters, activists and voters, because they are not Jamaicans. These are PMP supporters. These are people with no conscience, ethics, decency, or truthfulness in them. If you believe in justice, in truth, in decency, you must share this video. You must comment below. You must speak, because silence is how evil survives. Because denial is how history repeats. Because those two little boys deserve more than a forgotten grave and hush whispers. They deserve a nation's outrage. They deserve justice. In memory of Maurice Stevenson and Garth Bromfield, they were only boys. They should have grown up in a free Jamaica. Instead, they become martyrs, victim of political monsters. Let their names echo across the corner of this island. Only on Jamaica Young Police channel. The truth they never want you to hear. So watch, share, and never forget. I was to you before, I will say again, we're all about sharing the truth with our people. So you watch, you listen, and you decide. Yes, I'm sorry, my sister, I missed your call. I was on another call, but I make sure that I call. Okay, well, I return your call because
that's all right.
Yeah, I've been trying for some time to.
I know you're a very busy person.
Yes. So how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I was looking at the photograph and you look like a police officer I used to serve with. Her name is Burton.
Really?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I remind you. I'm pleased I remind you of somebody that she used to work with. I hope she was a very good police
Yes,
officer.
Man, she was. I can tell you that she was.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, I have been listening, to your channel since maybe about 6 weeks ago. I have been tuning in and listening to you, and I find your channel very interesting.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, very interesting and very informative.
Yes.
So I just, I was listening to something you said. You were saying something on one of your channels that on one of your videos that about the PMP and their criminal
Organization,
organization.
yes.
Yes. And you say something that have been going through my mind that I've been thinking over the years from 1980, from in the 80s.
Yes.
As a young girl. And I remember the 1980 when we have that horrible, terrible, frightening election. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you were in the police force at that time.
1980, no. 1980, I was going to school.
Okay, well, that doesn't make two of us.
Mm-hmm.
But what I remember, I had a frightening experience. I can't get over it.
Mm-hmm.
In spite of all the years, I still can't get over it because, we're as a matter of fact, I'm from St. Elizabeth, Top Hill, St. Elizabeth to exact.
Okay. Okay, you're from over by the park. Okay, you're from over where they killed the children under the bed.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. You see. Yes. You see. I have a memory of an elephant. Yes.
Well, I'm not sure mine is as good as yours, but I think I also have one. But I'm a memory of an elephant as well.
Yes.
Yes. And you said something that have been bugging my mind over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And when you were talking about the criminal organization,
yes.
And you were talking about the dons and all the criminals or whatever they have worked, for them, and they sent them to Cuba to train as brigadists.
Yes.
And that, drove my mind, and that's one of the reasons why, it just led me to call you. I said, I'm going to call Sir Porter.
Mm-hmm.
And have a talk with him because I wanted to know if you were in the force at that time.
No, I was going at the time. I was a kid going to school then.
Okay.
But I remember as if it was yesterday.
I remember it as if it was right now.
Oh my God! So that means that you're so traumatized by it that you're not able to even to get rid of this thing from out of your mind.
Not at all, and I don't think I ever will.
Oh my
God! I remember I'm seeing it. I lived it. I slept it. Everything. I eat it. Everything. Because where the incident happened, it started at my gate.
Mm-hmm.
Right at my gate. And what happened was it was a holiday. I can't remember what holiday. I have I had a book that I have all my notes and everything written down in, but unfortunately I lost it in the hurricane because I lost my roof. I'm not even at my own house now. I'm staying with a friend of mine. And so I lost all my all the things that I have. I write a lot, and at one point I was thinking of writing a book. Mm-hmm. But I lost a lot of things. But anyway, so what happened? And remember, it was a holiday. It was in the heat of the election coming up and whatever. And so they had it was the caretaker at that time was Cecil July. He was running against Derek Rochester. He was going up against Derek Rochester, the MP. And it was a sports day. They had it was a holiday, and they were having sports over by. We have a play field in our community that we called Ball Ground. Mm-hmm. And so Cecil July was, they have a group of men that they were going to have cricket. They were going to have a cricket, a fun day that day. So there was a lot of guys, people gathered to go now, and they were waiting for the other team to come. And they were sitting out in the square, in Top Hill Square. Mm-hmm. And so, the trucks and cars and bus and whatever was, because Michael Manley at the time was having a meeting in Southfield. Mm-hmm. And they were coming, they have to come through Top Hill. And on the way going, they are putting up fists and, the labor rights, because the community that the Top Hill Square, the whole community here, they were all PMP until they switched to being supporting the Labour Party.
Oh, because of the things that Michael Manley was doing.
Was doing, exactly. And so they switched. And they were so they were there putting up fists going through, and they were putting up fingers.
Oh, okay.
And somebody threw a bottle out of a truck and hit a guy, and they was to rush with him to the doctor because it hit him on the head
and caused a wound.
And they swear now that the next truck that was coming up, they were gonna stone the truck. MP supporter, and the truck belongs to the MP, Derek Rochester. And every single person get off the truck. And when you look at the bottom of the truck, they were all standing on stone.
Wow. Why would they be doing that?
Because I think they have planned. I think they had planned was to cause a riot or whatever, because they were standing on stone, and I'm not lying. And they started to stone, then when they saw the truck stop down there, they didn't know until this day about it, who stopped the truck.
Right.
And told them. And so they get off the truck, and they start to take down stone and whatever, heaping up around the truck and whatever. Then the guys up the top, they saw what the truck stopped down there and see a lot of people. So they come down. And they started to throw stone at each other, and they started to stone my aunt. Where is her son? That stopped the truck. Her house. They stoned the house because they thought it was. They are die-hearted PMP, but who knows who is who at that time? And they started to stone her house, and they knocked every window out of the house. And then I don't know who, how, or what happened, but after a while the police came, and they, ordered the people to get back into the truck and whatever. And when they get back in the truck, and they tell them to go on their way, so they went to Southfield. At that time, Michael Manley and DK Duncan and some other hierarchy was down by Southfield, and they went down there and told them what happened. And believe you me, at that time when the stoning and everything started, before they went down to get Michael Manley and them, my house at the time, our house where I was living at the time, it have a flooring. I know some of the country houses, it's board flooring.
Yes. You have cellar.
Yes, exactly. So there was the three kids. We locked up in the house, and we opened the cellar when they were throwing stone and everything, because we were not sure if they were going to stone the house or whatever. So we opened the cellar, we went under the floor. I didn't go underneath, but the three kids went underneath. We pushed them underneath because they were smaller. So we pushed them under and said, hide underneath the cellar until when we hear them say, light the house as well, light the house. And we had to open back the cellar, get the kids them out. There's a lot of, my parents have, a coffee farm at the back of the house, huge coffee farm, a lot of coffee trees, and we had to dodge and come up to the back door, and we go through the coffee, and we went up into the mountain, and we had to circle until we get back out into the clear. The police come, they clear them and tell them to go on. They went down, and they went for Michael Manley and whatever, and they load up every vehicle that they went up. The road was blocked coming from Southfield. They leave the mean, and they come from Southfield and come back to Top Hill. And believe me, I thought I was in World War II.
Wow.
The barrage of gunshot and everything, and they at that time, now when it calmed down, I'm jumping ahead of myself. When it calmed down and the kids and everybody come, and they were trying to out the fire, but it was too late. The two garden was totally destroyed. And so they come down. We didn't know that they were going to come back. They were going down here to tell them, and then they were going to come back to Top Hill. And, everybody would come and, sympathizing about the garden and everything, what happened. And so they were on their way going back home with the 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way up, we hear the uproar of the noise and everything coming down. And somebody run ahead and said, they are coming, a whole barrage of them is coming. The PMP, they are coming down. And the kids, everybody started running in all different directions. The 3 kids run to their home.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is not living there, but he's a friend with them. One was 6, one was 7, and I think one was either 8 or 9. And so they ran over to their house that is across. They have a gas station and a business place. So they run across and go over to the house, and they run into the house. And when they come down, Cecil July had, come by that time, and he was in the area, walking around with the people and talking and so. And they come down because they wanted at the time to kill Cecil July.
They wanted to kill him. Why?
I don't know,
Just a contest. Just a contest in the election against Rochester.
Yes.
That's just.
Then let me tell you something. Well, Cecil July, he died sometime in 2020 or 21 from COVID. But anyway, and the fight, and they've had a fight before Manley reached there. And they knock out Cecil July teeth. They fight, and people have to rush in, try to help him and whatever, and he got away from them.
So the PMP attacked Cecil July for what?
I don't know, because he was contesting.
Because he's a Labourite.
Yes, he's a Labourite. And he's contesting during Rochester. And he ran. And then now they come and they ask, where is Cecil July? Where is Cecil July? One of them said he's over. Somebody come, but they can wait. I'll call them back later. And they went over to the house searching for Cecil July, and somebody said he ran into the house. But yes, he did get into the house, but he came out back through the back door and head for the hills. And they, break down the door, and let me tell you something, that there is not one piece of furniture in that house that was not shot up. The fridge, the stove, the dressing table, the chest, the drawer, the wardrobe, under the bed. That's how come the 3 kids get shot beneath the bed.
Oh, so they thought that it was Cecil Charlton under the bed?
I think maybe they thought, but they look at the bed. I don't know if they know it was the 3 kids, or they thought it was him or what, but they shoot, they shot up underneath the bed and whatever. And at the time now we're here that it's police, it's the police, it's Michael Manley bodyguard, and it's police. And that, over the years, I lose a lot of disrespect and whatever for the police, until I hear you talk about the brigadier. And I'm saying, oh, so those were the people that came with Michael Manley, and not police officer, real police officers.
Right.
And let me tell you something. I thought, as I told you before, I thought I was in World War II. I thought I was in World War II. I stand up where we were, hiding and looking, and we're on the top of the hill, and they're down in the bottom. And we're looking down at them. And let me tell you, I have never seen so much gun and whatever. When the Junction police, they were in Bull Savannah at the time. The police station was in Bull Savannah, and they came, and I have never seen police run like that in all my life.
What you said? Run from the men, them?
Yes.
Wow. That used to happen, with Michael Manley, because the brigadistas, as I said before, I am the only person who have intimate knowledge of everything. Who's from the belly of the beast, where everything started. I have family members that were a part of it. That is telling the Jamaican people. That's why the PMP do not like me, because the people who knew about all of these things, they are not only afraid, but they are complicit to what happened then. And even now, and we as a people, in my community, we were cultured, nurtured, domesticated, and brainwashed to be liars, to be unconscionable liars. So I am pretty much, a one man from this community. We had seen everything. The number one brigadista is my cousin. So for me to admit these things publicly, that means that goes to show you that I am totally against everything that they have. That's why I talk all the time. Give me the book and not the gun.
Yes,
you understand? Why should I support somebody who's supporting to kill my fellow brothers and sisters in the name of politics for people to have power? You use ideas. You don't use. It's ideas you're supposed to use, not fear. And that's what we see. What is happening with this? And you know that Michael Manley is not a Jamaican. He wasn't born in Jamaica.
Yes, I heard that. I heard he wasn't born in Jamaica.
No, he's not a Jamaican by birth. He was born in England too, as Mark Golding.
Yes.
Remember in 1972 when he was sent to Jamaica. Anytime Jamaica is on a trajectory to transform from a third world country to become a first world, that is what the British have been doing. They always send somebody to infiltrate. So that's why we have this big belly white man now who's paraded. It's the same thing Michael Manley did. I want to tell you that I am in the process right now, because if you had listened to the last video that came out, I had said that I am going to give the people a documentary to show you who were the first dons in Jamaica, and it was Michael Manley that created them. Boy and fed them up from my community. My mother and father knew them. I knew them too as a little boy, and they were treated like heroes.
And there were these guys that we used to hear about at that time too. I don't know which party they were affiliated to. I don't know which party.
What
there was Sandy Khan, Anthony Brown, or something like that.
No, man, Sandy Khan? No, Sandy Khan, that was in the. He's a part of the Brigadista too. He's a PMP. But you're talking Tony Brown and George Flash. Tony Brown is his daughter. Yes. His daughter is in Parliament now. That man who was the most wanted man in Jamaica. His daughter is in Parliament right now.
You mean Angela Brown-Burke?
Yes, that's her. That's her father.
Oh, really?
I've done so many things on the video on the channel about her.
You know, I did saw a video. I must admit, I did not get to watch it.
Yes, man. It's Tony Brown's daughter. Yes, man.
Okay, really?
Yes, man. The PMP is a criminal organization, so that is her reward. She has gotten for her father to kill Ted Ogilvy and other Jamaicans. I see it in that's you don't see what is happening now with Danai Williams' daughter, Danishka Williams. That's the same one that last week that the guy tell the Prime Minister to go and laba juice his mother.
Yes.
Her father killed a judge. How many police officers but you know that even police are in bed with these criminals. That's why I was a total different policeman. So I could not be bought. And the worst thing is that I am from a community where corruption is rife. And for me not to succumb to their corrupt practices, I was seen as a foreigner. I was seen as a foreigner and was marked for death by some of these policemen. But the reason why the reason why I survive is just that they know the kind of person I am. They know that if they try to kill me and if they are not successful, they know the repercussion. Because they know that the same art they have, I have the same art and the same mind. I am not afraid of anyone.
Yes. So, I listen to you all the time. There's not a day that I don't, when I get the chance, that I don't listen to you. There's quite a few of the bloggers that I listen to, and you are one of them. Believe me, I listen to you all the time. For the past 6 weeks, I have been listening because at the time I didn't realize that you were on there. You know, it was just that, you know, going on YouTube and, you know, looking through some things. And then I saw it. I just saw the picture, you know, and the headline. And I read it, and then I played the video. And from that time until now, every single day, you will hear me on looking up your videos, you know, and going through them.
Well, there are playlists on the video on the channel. You know, you have JLP playlist and PMP LGBTQ plus playlist. And if you want, I want to tell you that I knew that Angela Brown-Burke is Tony Brown's daughter. Is her first cousin. Call me and tell. And he knew about even when Beanie Man, they were planning to kill my cousin Bogle. And this was somebody. The reason why he had called me when I was a detective.
Oh, both of them person.
Yes, man. When I was a detective at Unsby, he told me that is her cousin. He told me, at one point in time, same place from out by Rockfort, they were planning to kill me, and he says that somebody in the circle told him, "Who's my cousin?" That is the number one bigger distance than other people, and that's how he called me. And he says that, and then there were some other people who were involved, and he says that I did not know that's how many criminals have that amount of respect for you. Because they say one thing with this man, he's not a corrupted man, and he's not a political police officer. You understand? So he called me and he says that from then I didn't even knew then, but he says that it was some intimate things that he shared with me, and he told me that Angela Brownberg is Tony Brown's daughter. That's where I got the information from. His cousin. He told me everything about her family and everything, and told me how she became mayor. So the PMP is a criminal organization. So all of the people that are involved, they are criminals. Just like Dr. Dayton Campbell. His father is a deportee and a drugs dealer. So that's why it's a criminal organization.
When I realized that more really and truly believe that they are, is when I saw at the conference.
When they showcase all the criminals.
Yes, and I was shocked. I was taken aback when I saw it.
Well,
I said, What the devil is going on? You mean Vibes Cartel and Isaac Buchanan and those people on stage? I could not believe my eyes. I had, I had to quint and then look again and say, "Am I really seeing right?"
Yes, you're seeing right, man. Well, that is what the PMP criminal organization is all about. It's criminality. They're appealing to the lowest of the low of Jamaicans. Because they are the one that create this environment, They are the one that indoctrinate our people to be criminal minded. What we're living right through now with the crime is Michael Mann, the legacy. That's it.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Yeah, Michael Mann is gone, but his legacy lives on.
Yes. Oh my God! I tell you. When I remember what I went through, and I'm hearing that every time that there's an election, I have this fear that I just can't. You might experience the same thing again on the street. I live in that fear. I have that fear from when I was a young girl coming up. I have this fear whenever time it comes to politics.
Well, this election, I can tell you, it's gonna be bloody.
I think so too.
No, I am telling you, and the Prime Minister has been complacent. Look, it was last year this time, They had brought people from Haiti to kill the Prime Minister, Mark Golden, Peter Bunting, and Dayton Campbell, and a drug dealer guy by the name of Kevin Tiliba Roberts, who lives in Manchester, a drug dealer. They are the one that brought in brand new weapon, M16 and all of these things. And I was able to... my God. Yes, man, it's on the channel. I was able to even get the recording of this man in Warwick Island in Jamaica. And this man, was talking about even me that he knew me, It's on it, Even police was wondering... They were wondering how I got the recording and in Jamaica, but I don't tell people, you understand what I'm saying, because I work for the federal government. Yes. Exactly,
I understand, yes.
So
I understand.
The prime and the security force in Jamaica, they dropped the ball. If you listen and you heard the Prime Minister says that that they want to kill him.
Yes, I did. At one point, because I always listen to him, and I think he's one of the best.
You heard him say it last year.
The best Prime Minister.
Yeah, you heard him say it last year.
Yes, I heard him say it last year, and I was wondering.
It was because of that when they tried to kill him. They wanted to kill him. If it wasn't for us, if it wasn't for me at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, and you will never hear it on any of the news media down there.
Yeah, because I have never heard it. I heard him giving a speech. He was
Yes,
talking about. I
it's
can't remember exactly what
it.
he was talking about, but I heard him said it.
It's on the channel. You hear the man in his own words. The criminal, the man, his name is Guy Philippi from 80, marksman, everything. He was in Jamaica and Warwick Hill. He was down there to kill the prime minister. And when I realized that nothing, the intelligence, the police officers that work at the port, they are PMP. They are not Jamaicans, you know. PMP do not see them people who are PMP. They don't see themselves as Jamaicans, you know. They see themselves as PMP first, PMP second, and PMP third. They are not patriots. You didn't know that?
Well, I have been gathering that. I have been having that feeling for the past couple of years.
Yes,
after
man.
what I saw, well, since the 1980s, and I was wondering at the time, is there any, police officer in Jamaica? Because I could not believe it, apart from those police that I saw that was running for their life. And, I could not. Well, I'm not saying that I blame them, because they were
they were outgunned and outmatched.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
Because they are the one that have the M16 rifles. Because Michael Manley get them from the Cubans came to Jamaica with a ship with the M16 rifles, and they came to issue it in my community of Jonestown and Concrete Jungle. I saw it as a little boy. The two policemen who were issuing the guns. That's why they don't like me, because they can't believe that somebody who. I said them, this is what they say. They can't believe how I escape.
Wow.
Yeah, so you're supposed to be brainwashed.
Wow.
And if, wrong is wrong to them, wrong is right, and right is double right. They're never wrong. But I just want a better Jamaica. It's only two of us left from my age group. Everybody else is dead. Only two of us. And you understand what I'm saying? The only person that's sick and dies is a guy that named Skellion. And I say it every day. That's why, that is one of my reasons why I'm exposing these people.
So, stick up in me. I just want to ask this question. So, these police officers that is around the prime minister, that is guy, protecting the prime minister. Who are they? What are they? Are they from the CIA? From
no. They are Jamaican. They are Jamaicans.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a corrupt system like this, how is it that the prime minister
is being protected?
How is he protected against these hoodlums?
Well, he has people around him who are loyal to him and love him, so they would give their life for him.
You think so?
Yes, man. I don't think that these people around him will be that corrupt for them to to sell him out so they can kill him. But they hated him, because look, I'm telling you,
that's what I'm thinking.
As I said, he's gonna be one of the most successful prime minister we ever have in the history of Jamaica, because he have done things.
Yeah.
He have done things that no other prime minister. Edward Seaga is my prime minister, and I love him because I am from.
He was my prime minister as well.
No, man, I love. No, the reason why I love Edward Seaga, I love the police. When I was a police officer, Edward Seaga made us feel like we were kings. You understand? Yes, so that's the reason why I love him. Nothing else. Because when Edward Seaga was prime minister, no one could treat us anyway. You understand? They have to respect us as police officers.
Yes. And I think Mr. Honis, I think he's getting there. He will.
Hey, look.
Yes.
If Jamaica slide through the cracks and the PMP get it back, you can call it over. It's done.
I say that every day.
Yeah, man.
I talk about it every day. I'm not a person. I'm not going to tell you that I'm all political and all.
No, it's not political. It's not. Look here, in life, you have to choose. You have to choose between the wrong and right. Look what this prime minister does not support criminality.
I know. Up to I think it was sometime last week, I was listening to him saying something about
Spanish Town.
He doesn't say it as you do about the criminals. He always says something that either they
face the judge,
face the judge, or face their maker.
Yes.
And I'm saying, you need, and in spite of, you have a lot of people who is criticizing him and bashing him for it and whatever.
No, man, and I like how he stand firm. That's how Edward Seaga was too,
Exactly.
Yes.
And I said, but these people, what do they want him to do? What he did, just throw down himself and die and let them walk over him and let the police, can't tie their foot and their hands and their mouth and whatever. No, they're here to secure the country, to secure the people of the country. And you can't let criminal just take over. Because right now I am scared for the next election that is coming up soon.
I am telling you, it's going to be violent because they have the guns there. The PMP have the guns there. I want to tell you that I have a video to release. They have the same Danai Williams and a man by the name of Benji. A guy that keep a dance name Black and White or something like that. They brought in how many guns to Jamaica? Over 8,000 guns. That's a guy. That's up by Stanpa. He live in America. His name is Benji.
Yes.
You understand? He's a drug dealer.
Yeah.
They don't believe in ideas. They believe in fear and intimidation. That's what they believe in.
I know that.
You understand?
And even we have, in my area, you have a lot of PNP still in Top Hill. You have majority is Labour, but you have the PNP. And let me tell you something. Even when Michael Manley had done what he's done with Michael Manley, and I remember on DK Duncan, I saw them. I look at them with my two eyes. And until this day, you have a lot of people who saw and know. A lot of them run and hide and whatever. And they would never believe it. They tell you that no, Michael Manley wouldn't stoop so low.
That's all. It's a cult. Yeah. It's a cult. And once you go there, you lose your mind. Yeah, man, it's a cult, man.
I believe that. I believe that and I believe that I don't know how they do it, but they have a way of manipulating the people and get them to think their way and do things their way without having a mind of their. It's like I don't know what I find it really hard and strange. You have to understand
that's the reason why they said that I escape, because I can think. Yeah, so thanks to my mother. You understand? I have to praise my mother all the time. You understand? It's not who is right, it's what is right.
Is what is right, exactly. Yes. You say that, and I remember my father and my mom, and that's the way they were, because we grew up in. I grew up in most of my time I spent in Kingston. I lived in Kingston at that point, and then I came back to the country. And we were not allowed to go out as we feel a mind, but we have to stay home, stay in, do whatever, and we don't keep certain company. We don't listen to certain things. And if we are going next door, we have to get permission to go next door. And you would say it's in the country, then the kids would run wild all over the place. No, not at my house. We didn't do that. And it had let me lose confidence. What I saw in the 80s that happened let me lose confidence in the police, because when I heard that it was police officers that were, killing the shooting and killing people, and what I saw happen at the Stevenson's house, and they were saying it's police officer, and I'm saying, how could police officer? I think they supposed to be holding the peace, keeping the peace.
No, man, I want to tell you that one of them is from over there in Tapil too. His name is Valentine Williams. I can't send his photograph. He's on the channel too. His name is Valentine Williams. Yes, man. He was charged, and another one named McCain, because they were. But McCain used to live in my yard and in Jonestown. They call him Ironside. He died last year. He died last year. McCain. His name is what McCain name? I don't even remember what McCain. But the name Ironside. He's on the channel. You can just type it in. Anything to do with the PMP and you want to find the people, you just go right there. There's a playlist there over 1,000 videos where you'll find even this policeman, he used to bodyguard DK Duncan, and he's from St. Elizabeth. I think was after that killing, because he was involved in the killing over there in
Top Hill.
Yes, but no, they didn't arrest anyone for it, don't it?
No, they did not.
Yeah, man,
They did not arrest anyone. No.
Because guess what? The police were in cahoots with you have to understand still, you know, we are coming from right now, you know. It's just like what is happening right now in America. The PMP corrupt the entire institutions in Jamaica, you know. That's why we're at this junction. I know this man is Siaga was fixing it. But Jamaican people, you know, it's just like the white people in America. They love criminality and people who are criminals.
I believe that. That's what I was just saying a while ago. Because I'm thinking, you know, it's like they manipulate them. They have a
yes, they control their mind. That is true. They can't
manipulate their mind. You
they can't think. Honestly, as me when PJ Patterson won 1993 election, I was like, oh, this happened, and this man is a thief.
Yeah.
This is not any secret or anything like that. Oh, these people voted for him.
I don't know. I can't understand it. I don't understand it until this day. And he got 3 terms.
Yes.
You know,
no, Jamaican people. As I'm telling you, just look what is happening even right where I'm at right now in America. Just like with this president, they know that the man is corrupt, the man is a con artist. But these people, they love criminals. You understand what I'm saying?
I was more thinking. I was more inclined to think that maybe it's the LGBT.
Yes, that's a part of it. It's 2 things that contribute to his victory. That is it. We're not telling you, but because you know that they are very oppressive. They use a colonial, you know, they want to impose their will on the world. You understand? And we saw what Biden did with Jamaica and this flag. And it go against the international, yes, it go against the even international norms and laws. But they don't care because they behave like they're gods on earth. You understand? And they want to tell you how many sexes they want to be God and change everything. Man to be, say a man can be woman. What kind of madness is that? So all of these things communicate. That's why we got this man. And another thing too, what they did is having this open border. We have all of these people that's coming in the cities, and guess what? The veterans who fight for this country. Many of them are homeless. These are the things. So they contribute to why you understand what I'm saying? So everything, as you say, it has to do with the mind. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I think so. I believe that. I not only think so, I believe so. You know? And, you know, when I think there was this police officer that I had high regards for, I don't know. Right now, I'm between 2 minds. I don't know what to think of him. I hear you put up a video the other day, you know, where he was talking. I think you were working together at some point, or he was your superior or something.
Who's that?
Steve McGregor.
Oh, okay, yes.
Steve McGregor. I am shocked. I was taken aback. When he announced to run for the PMP. Yes.
That wasn't shocking to me because I knew from 1987. I knew from 1987 that he was a PMP. I want to tell you this. Most police officers that I work with, they always feel comfortable to tell me their political allegiance and tell me because of where I'm from. Because they don't know that I despise the PMP because of what they have done to my community and even people in my family. Destroy their lives.
You always say that you're from the belly of the beast.
Yes, that's where the baby born. Jonestown, Burry Boy, and fed them up. Michael Manley put them on a pedestal. These are the same men too, you know, who beat Trevor Monroe, you know.
They did?
Yes, man. It's on the Jamaica Young Police channel.
Oh, I haven't seen that one as yet, but I know I will see it sooner or later.
Yes, man. If you want to, you know, as I said, there are different playlists on the channel. You understand?
Yes.
So, as I was talking with a man, he said that he been watching like for 3 months, and he still haven't reached even halfway because the channel is not like other channels where it's 15 minutes is just telling you about killing and who killed this one. It's a total different thing. It's all about to make the people think.
Yes.
And you know, when it comes down to positive things, positivity never. Jamaican people don't gravitate to positive things. It's just like the way that I did a video this morning to say that we can eliminate the dance, you know. And there's just one thing that we need to do in Jamaica. We can eliminate dance, and we can eliminate dance and eliminate buying votes. Make it mandatory for everyone vote. By doing that, you're taking away the corruption out of the system. Because the dance don't have the force of people to vote, and the people, and then the politician, the PMP, because they're the one that started it. They have no reason now to buy vote, because you understand what I'm saying? Because it's mandatory for people vote. So unless the people still want to take money and go and vote, but they have to vote, they will vote.
Yeah.
And if somebody's buying your vote, that mean the person who's buying your vote, they know that they are not worthy of your vote. That's why they're buying it.
Exactly.
If you know that you're worthy of the person's vote, you don't have to buy it.
But you don't have to buy it.
No.
Yes.
But they are the one that corrupt the system.
I know that. I have never. I can count on one hand, and I can tell you, I will still have a lot of fingers the amount of time I voted.
Yes.
I have not voted, and it's not because I don't have I'm not a Labourite. I tell everybody that first and foremost, I'm a Jamaican.
Yes, I'm a Jamaican. I'm a Jamaican, but I can tell you, as if I could vote, and I'm in Jamaica, I would never ever vote for the PMP. Because they are the most.
And I have never, the 2 times.
I said privately and publicly, I couldn't. How can I vote for a party that is telling me that the only way for me to have a good life is to hurt other people?
Exactly.
That's not
your own brother and sister.
Okay, so basically, yes, you understand. No, I couldn't. That's. I see myself in I see myself in each person, but they don't.
Yeah. Yes, and you know, I that's why Stephen McGregor, because let me tell you, when I saw Steve McGregor, I used to hold him in high esteem, and he's a very pure police officer. That I do that too. I have police officer that live in my in Jamaican community here. Yes. I don't know if you have ever heard of him or come across him. We call him Ducky, but his name is Carl DeCosta.
Oh yes, man, I know him, and he's brown.
Yes, but he died. He died a couple months ago.
Yes, and he's short. He used to be an Indian.
Yes, exactly. And I have never held anything. I'm not sure if I had ever spoken to him twice. I just did not like his ways. I just didn't like the way he portrayed himself as a police officer. Could you repeat?
No, you're talking DaCosta?
Yes. I don't know. I didn't trust him because I see a lot. Well, I'm not going to say he's politically corrupt, but I saw where he's corrupt in a lot of other things.
Yes, well, the thing is, he was a PMP activist.
I'm not sure if he was an activist, if he was a PMP activist, or he voted. You don't know who he votes for. He won't tell you that. But he was so corrupt in other things.
Yes.
You know, people have things, matters in the court, and the way I saw, the things that he does for people. You know, I just didn't have no respect whatsoever for him. None at all. None at all. If I'm passing and I have to say hi to him, if he don't say hi to me, if he don't call to me and say, how are you or whatever, I don't, I just could not. I just couldn't find myself to sit and talk with him, and we have how you and I are talking.
Right.
I couldn't. No, never. It never happened. It's never happened. And I didn't know his political affiliation. I'm not sure. But I more think he was to the PMP, to his action and the people that he hung around with. I would say maybe he was affiliated with the PMP.
Yeah. You have another white police officer that was down there. They call him Siaga. What happened to him?
Oh, he's still around. He's still around.
Did he get any promotion, or he left as a sergeant?
I think I'm not sure, because at one point he was in Westmoreland. The last place he was in Westmoreland, and that's where something happened. Something went down there. I'm not sure. I can't remember exactly what it was. And then he was to leave the force. But I saw him up to a couple of weeks ago. I saw him. His surname is Beans.
Oh yes, yes. They call him. Because I used to work in St. Elizabeth too. You know, they call him Siaga.
Yes, they call him Seattle, yeah, because he have that look. And the whole, as a matter of fact, it's quite a few brothers of them, and that's all of them practically look the same. Yes.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that Seattle left it. I would love to talk with him. He's a man that when I was in St. Elizabeth, I work in St. Elizabeth. Let me see. I spent less than 2 years.
Oh, so you have ever been to Top Hill? You have ever come?
No. I work over by a station by named Silo, and that's where I left from. I went went to Kingston to Hunsby.
Okay, yeah, I know where Silo is back. Santa Cruz back that
yes,
side.
Up Magati and
Magati side. Yes, on that side. Yes, but we are living on Top Hills on the other side. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, he's still around. He's as a matter of fact, he lives in another district from me that we call there Leaf Mountain. From Top Hill.
I cannot say anything bad about him or anything like that. Siaga, but I know that
he was very strict. One thing
yes,
I know about
yes.
He was very, very strict, and everybody when they hear about that, we used to call him Beans because to ride this bike because his surname is Beans. And they would say, "Oh, Beans are come," and everybody started pull up themselves. If they were smoking their ganja or whatever they were doing, that they know was against the law, then everybody would fall in line and so until he passed and whatever. So he was very strict. I could not say I find anything to say bad about him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but the other one, as I said, DeCosta, Lord, I wonder if he was a police officer or he was one of those brigadists.
So corrupt police.
Yeah, he was so corrupt. Yeah, he was a very corrupt police, and you have a lot of people, some of the young guys, because whenever time they do anything and they're supposed to go to court and they would seek him.
Okay, they would do things to circumvent the system.
Exactly.
That's corruption, man. That's corruption.
That's corruption, yes. So I have any respect for him. And
no, you can't. No, you cannot. You cannot have any respect for somebody like that.
Not at all. Exactly. Not at all. Unless you are a corrupt person yourself.
That is so true.
So it was McGregor. I was surprised when I heard about that McGregor joint. I was taken aback because I thought. I thought he was so
upstanding.
I have never heard anything about him. I have never heard anything about Mr. McGregor. Never. Out of the ordinary. I thought he, to me, and looking at him and the way he portrayed himself,
well, look here. I want to tell you that sometimes looks are deceiving. If you notice I haven't done anything about him or anything like that. He wants to come on the channel because I'm the kind of person that I don't hold balls of people. I don't do things because I want people to like me. You understand?
Yeah, I understand from your videos, and I listen to you. As I said, I've been listening to you for the past 6 weeks or more, and I get that. I get that.
But I'll talk with him, because I have some questions to ask him, as he was like pretty much, he don't want me to ambush him or anything like that. I don't tell lies on people,
I know, you say that.
No,
I don't know you, but from listening to you, I gather that much, yes. I gather that much. And if I had think otherwise, I definitely, no matter what, I would not have called and said, I really like to talk to Sir Porter.
Okay, thank you.
Believe me, and when I said that, I said that without any apology, and I don't say it with water in my mouth. I meant it from the heart.
No, thank you very much.
Yes.
But,
and when I heard you play, because you did a video with him. I don't know if it's a voice note that he
Yes,
sent to you, but
it's not. It's not me. You know, it's in a group. It's in a group where you know a lot of many it's a group with police officers that I had created years ago, and he's a part of it. So he was responding to that video that I did. I did a video that it's years ago because this girl, Kira Douglas, that is Eastern Douglas' daughter, that the PMP had chased out of the party, and she become a JLP counselor.
A JLP, yes, counsel, yes.
And during COVID, there was some problems with her and the police officers up by St. Andrew North, and some of the police officers, they don't know to use their discretion. So what happened is that she was exempt, you know, under the law. You know that you know that the government had given people who were exempt to travel even during lockdowns, but the police, they did not want to. They didn't care about that because some of them were playing politics. Because most of the police in Jamaica, they are PMP, you know, because most of them are criminals. I'm telling you, most of them are.
Well, to be honest, growing up, all my years I always hear that all the security force,
yeah, man, PMP,
both,
PMP. They're corrupt. They are corrupt.
That's what.
Yes, yeah. That's why. That's why plenty of them do not like the prime minister. The prime minister, because he's not PMP. Yeah. You understand? And most of the people who are getting promotion in the police force, they're not getting promotion because of Danai Williams and Skendang. Those are the people that control the system, you know, for the PMP, you know. Danai Williams and Skendang. That's how you get promotion. That's how Steve McGregor, he had lost the job, you know, in the 90s, you know. And it was KD Night, and it was KD Night why he got back the job. I did a video about it and he responded. But the reason why I did not address it is that by doing that, I would have to reveal my source. You understand? Somebody was very, very close to KD Night. Because I have a thing about me where people don't even know me from Adam, but once they know it's me, they'll tell me anything. I don't know why.
Well, maybe because you know the way you talk,
yes,
you can hear the honesty in your voice,
right?
And you know, I don't know what you look like, and
you know that there are if you go to you'd have to go to the beginning of the channel. There are so many videos, so many photographs of me on the channel, even videos and stuff like that. I am not afraid of anyone, you know. I don't live my life in fear.
Say that, but
yes,
you know, I am concerned.
Thank you very much.
I'm very concerned about your safety.
Yes,
Believe me.
Well, thank you.
Because I hear some of the video where this gentleman was threatening you, telling you all manner of expletive and whatever, and what he's going to do and whatever. And I'm saying, oh my God, you know, when you find a very decent, honest, and clean police officer, and it's just like, you know, his life, you know, is threatened because, you know, if they get the chance, I know that they
yes,
would.
Man, that is true. Well, I want to tell you, even the opposition leader, Mark Golding, he went to Rockfort and he was talking to some people about me because the PMP, you know, one of their biggest problem, you know, of all of the person on YouTube is me, because I am talking with authority and everything that I am saying, I can prove it because I am from the belly of the beast. My family was entrenched in the PMP activity with Tony Spall and all of these things. We get houses and all of these things. I don't care about that. I said, give me the book and not the gun. That's all I said. If it wasn't for the book, I would get destroyed like my other friends that we grew up together. Some of them became Jamaica's most wanted men in the 1990s. You understand? I did even video. There was a guy named Ratcliffe Rowe. We grew up together, Stella. And I can go on and on. All of them, it's only two of us left. Myself and another guy named Orius Dinah Brown. Something is intrinsically wrong with these people. Philosophy. You understand?
Yeah. So is he a police officer as well?
No, he's not a no, he's not a police.
Okay.
I know, surprisingly, I am the only one from our age group is a police officer. Because you were
really?
Yeah, man, growing up in Jonestown Concrete Jungle, to become a police officer, that was like committing treason to the community. You understand? Yes, because this is it. Once you have sense and you can think, these are the things that they impart to you. Once you start to think, you're supposed to eat every police for dead and every laborer, they are not human beings. Basically, that's what they are telling you. So for if you become a police or a soldier, especially a police, you have become an enemy of the community because you are with the oppressors. Because so the police is the one who was preventing them from hurt other people, and because of that, you have joined them. You are our enemies now. That is what they. Even this girl, this girl, she's on the channel, you know. We did a 10-part series with her. She's not from. She wasn't born here, but she used to live there. She have a channel on YouTube too. I'll send you her the conversation we had with her.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. And you understand, and you will hear it for yourself. This is what they impart to us, and for her, it's the first somebody saying, I can't believe that all of these things that you have been saying. Somebody who's prominent on YouTube, so she's PMP, you know. Every day she look out, she's PMP though, and she says that everything that there are people I'm saying, I can't believe that everything you have been saying is true. I say I have no reason to lie. This is what they impart to us, and she confirm it. And I ask her what age, because once you start to develop and have a brain for yourself, and your brain is not empty, it's not running on empty. That is what they teach you. You're supposed to hate every police dead and every labor right. So my mother is the one, you know, when I was like 3, said to me, you know, because this is something important to you, and I had family members who are police officer. I have an aunt who was a police officer. Her son is a detective sergeant right now in Jamaica. I have brother who are police in Jamaica. And this is what my mom says to me. Said to me, mister, let me tell you this. Never let me hear said anything like that again. So police and labor right for dead. So and she said, yes, I'm telling you. I remember it's like yesterday. And she said to me, you have an aunt who's a police officer. That is my sister. That is your auntie. You have uncles who are police officers. You understand? And she said labor rights are Jamaicans. They are not enemies. They are not aliens. They are not foreigners. Don't let me even say that. That is wrong.
Yes.
We are not supposed to be harboring hatred for each other. And she says, then she tell me that all of us, our ancestors came here as slaves, and it was white people that enslaved us. It's a white man that is dividing us now. We are black people who are supposed to be united against this man, Michael Manley.
So true.
Yes, but yet, you know, everything that we had gotten, you know, we got it through Michael Manley because of my father, and you understand. But my mother, she would talk to, especially me privately, because yes, this is gonna be a 2-part video. Reason being, it's over 2 hours. I know that it's 2 days from now is election. As you know that I am doing my very best from where I'm at, because I have to protect the police and the people from my community where I was born and raised. Because I do not want these people to get back in the arms of the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. We have seen what happened on April 29, 2025, that the PMP took the side of the killers, and they are against the police. Once you're against the police, you're for the criminals. As you can see right there, you're looking at 2 Jamaica's most wanted men. The one that is seen, Tony Brown, that's the one on the left, where you see the 5,000, both of them are 5,000 reward, but the one that is in the light, 5,000 reward, that was back then when Edward Tiago was Prime Minister, and you know, it used to come in the Star. You will see the 10 most wanted men in Jamaica. It will publish today, and then tomorrow you will see whether 2 or 3 is killed, and you'll see the X across the face. So these 2 men were the only 2 murderers, most wanted man that survived. At the time we have a police squad named Radication. The one that is named Tony Brown, his daughter is Angela Brownburg, who's a PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization member of parliament. Let that sink in. We tell you, the PMP is a criminal organization, so that is her reward. That Portia Simpson Miller, I rewarded her, brought her in. She became a mayor for Kingston. At the time her father was alive, before he sick and died. I know I knew this, her nephew, I know her nephew, and I told her already that the number 1 brigadista is my cousin, so this is coming from intimate knowledge about this man. and that's his friend Froggy, George Flash. Let you hear, listen to a man who went to church with him, and he was, as I say, a proper cha-cha boy. So we have come to the end of part 1 of this 2-part series. So you watch, you listen, and you decide. So have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.